social media for being a little more social. Connecting with new friends. Game day, just an Amtrak away.
And welcome back to Heritage Hill Brewhouse in Poppy. I'm Gomez from Gomez & Company on TK99 and TK105. And time for our exclusive chat with head coach Fran Brown. The Coach Fran Brown Show continues. You can enter into the stream chat. Just go to qsportstalk.com. And if you follow the channel and subscribe, you get a notification when the cameras go on. And that's the case right now, Coach. And welcome. Nice to see you second time. Nice to meet you again, Coach.
Yeah, it's always nice to be here. Happy. I really enjoy Central New York. I love Syracuse. Enjoy the Syracuse fans, so I'm always thankful to be here.
And y'all moved in, everything adjusted. What was the biggest adjustment for you and the family there?
Just get my wife to be happy and to trying to stop by and stuff.
So far that's working.
Yeah, it's working really well. She always adjusts. I mean, without her, this will not work. I mean, Tierra does an amazing job. Just being able to get the kids to adapt to new schools and getting it all done, and just being able to move that way. And then we still got Fran Jr., who's in college. So, I mean, she does it all. How she keeps it together, I have no idea. I just thank her at night. Just thank her during the day, text her, and just let her know how special she is and how we appreciate her.
If you want to ask a question for Coach Fran, or just wish him well for the game coming up on Saturday, feel free to put it in the stream chat here at qsportstalk.com. Coach, what was when you got, and I heard you talking a little bit about it with Matt Park on the way in, about guys when you got here that really impressed you. How about not just the ones who athletically or physically impressed you, but just as a person, as young men that just kind of blew you away?
That's most of them. Clay Masters is one that comes to mind right away, who will have a chance of starting this weekend actually on kickoff return. Josh Kabbalah, who truly impressed me. Tyler Chandler, I mean, just a great kid, just what he does. I mean, there were so many kids that just truly impressed me. I mean, it was actually some kids that didn't end up staying on the team that impressed me just as, who they were as young men and, their faith and things of that nature. But just a bunch of kids, they all impressed me. I'm so thankful for all of them, everyone that's on our football team right now and what they're doing and how hard they're working. And they put the team first. So there's a lot of guys there that we try to put the team first, and everyone's doing that.
Question here from the stream chat. Actually, not a question, but viewer just wanted to say thank you for what you've done for the community so far, and excited to come cheer you guys on Saturday.
Oh, that's good. I appreciate it. That's just a part of the business, and it's second nature. Whether I'm a football coach or not, I think I always have to take care of the community. That's my job, to be able to do that. Because our jobs as adults is to be able to continue to build the community, and the way you do that is through the youth and just making sure that everything's done the right way.
We had Kyle on earlier in the week on the radio show, and he was talking about some of the guys and past players who have come to talk to the team, that they, you bring them into the locker room, some of the guys who played before, but also not just guys who went on to play in the NFL. But he talked about it was like a field trip, it sounded like, to Los Angeles during the summer, where he had a chance to go out and meet some SU alums, guys who played football but didn't go into football but are now doing something else for a living. How important is that for you, for these guys to see not just what they can do in football but elsewhere? I
mean, that's extremely important because you only play for a certain amount of time anyway. And giving them an opportunity to be, I think it helps players relax. That's why I invite all alumni. I invite all former, football players to always come back to practice, to be around. But going out there, they've seen so many guys that were successful in life, after football. And they are doing different things and have established families and are very comfortable and are good men, good community men still. And they were able to give back to them, so hoping that those guys will be able to do the same thing. But I think it takes a lot of pressure off of guys. They put so much on themselves when you see someone come to practice that's still making six figures, that works extremely hard and has a good family and was a good football player. And now they're a great family man, a good husband, a good man of faith. So that's all I'm looking forward to, continue and being able to develop these guys.
When Kyle was in on the radio, Coach, I got to say, every answer to every question was ended with a yes, sir, or no, sir, and just really the ultimate respect in and out throughout the building. He was in the building for about an hour and a half and just treated everybody the same way.
Yeah, that's who he is. I wish I could take all the credit for that, but his mom and dad done that a long time ago. He comes from his father was a good quarterback, Long Island. He comes from a family of good athletes. So, and his mom's just a real classy woman. So they did that, and we get the benefits from them being great parents.
from the stream chat. Coach, how do you handle the NIL situation where some players make more than others, and how do you manage that part of the game? And I guess every coach goes through the same thing. How do you manage that aspect in the locker room?
We were all men. Other men don't worry about what another man makes, and what he has, I can't worry about his. I got to eat what's on my plate. And then when those issues come up and the guys come and talk to me, I address them as needed, But what we don't do is worry about what another man makes or what another man does or how he feeds his household. You have to be able to do yours. If you like what he has, cool. At some point, you should be able to get it, but you can't really worry about what someone else is doing and what they get, because now you're not handling yours. And it's obvious you want more in the future. So take care of the moment for yourself. Don't worry about theirs, because you're not focusing on you, and you won't be ready for the future. And I kind of tell them it just like that. It's a talent level. It's a talent acquisition job. So talented players are going to get paid more than other players that don't. And when you do the right thing, though, things all play itself out and it helps you.
That's pretty much life in any line of work, really.
That's what it is. It's just teaching them real life. We don't take NIL as just because you're a good football player. We take NIL and we use it as life lessons. So it helps us a lot.
More of a Central New York lifestyle question for you, Coach, but now that you've been in town for a little bit, do you have a favorite food? Anything that you've sampled here in Central New York since you've been here that you didn't have before that now has become a favorite?
No, I still eat the same foods. I don't really do nothing different. I mean, I'm happy to be back up north to eat because my taste buds are more comfortable now. I like to hold down south. The food was better than up north. That was a myth. That's not real. But I like Vito's a lot. It's important. I go eat at Vito's. I like here. I come to Heritage Hill a lot. I like Myers Creek food, Dinosaur Barbecue. I'm a regular. If you eat and it's something I ate, then I like it. I eat once a day. I usually just eat at night. So whatever my wife gets, I eat it.
So you're not a breakfast guy?
Nah.
Coffee?
Nah, I never drink coffee. Yeah, I don't do any drinking or any coffee or any caffeine or anything.
I think you'd like it.
No, I'm just kind of high on life, Yeah,
good for you. Another question from the chat. What do you see as the biggest differences coaching in the SEC versus the ACC?
Offensive line, defensive line, like the guys. That's why we went and tried to get guys that were SEC size, but it's just the O-line, D-line is huge, so we went and tried to do the same thing, want to mimic that.
We were talking about that at the radio station, looking at the roster and the lineup, just noticing that the size of the guys compared to a few years ago. And I know we had an event a little bit ago at the Wildcat Pub in Camillus. You'd mentioned about the size of players, because when you played at Western Carolina, one of the reasons you said at the time that you wanted to go there is you were going to actually get a chance to play there, because physically you weren't going to be at a different higher level than being able to play.
Yeah, but the way you saying it, you're making it like I was just.
I didn't mean it that way.
It wasn't like that. But it was it's just talent. Those guys are different.
Yeah.
Size and speed. So you're always trying to look for size and speed and get the guys that are a good fit. And being able to be at the higher level of the conference, you got to have bigger guys. There's some great coaches in this conference that understand stuff, but sometimes it's only so much that scheme can do when your players are just more talented than other players.
And when Kyle decided that he was going to transfer and come, did that help a lot attracting some of those bigger offensive linemen?
Absolutely. When guys know that you have an NFL caliber football player on your team and they want to play with that guy, they know that guy attracts scouts, and scouts attract GMs, and GMs give out contracts and draft people. So just nature of the business.
Another question from the chat says, Coach, you were all over the place on Saturday, it seemed like. What do you do to rest? When do you power down?
I sleep from about 12 to 5:25, 12 a.m. to 5:25 every day.
That's it.
It's that time I sleep.
So you can get up without an alarm clock. That's it. You're.
I kind of wake up most of the time about 5:12, 5:14, and I'm upset. Try to go back to sleep until 5:25, but 5:30 is the latest I've woke up in a while. I sleep.
Again, if you have a question, if you're watching, and welcome to those who are tuning in here on QSportsTalk.com. You can enter a question into the stream chat or just say hi. I was at a radio conference years ago, and there was a guy giving a talk. He was the youngest program director in ABC TV network history. He was 26 years old when he got the job, and he was always asked how he got it. And he's got a great talk, and the whole nature of the talk is, he said, I asked. He just said, I went in, I saw the posting at work. He worked at ABC, grabbed it old school up the, because it was posted, walked into the HR and said, I want this job. He said, that's how I got the job. So the whole nature of his talk is half the time you just got to ask. And that's a little bit about your story with this job, because weren't you the one who picked up the phone?
Yeah, you just got to go get what you want. You know, if you want it, you've been working for it, and you feel that you're in the position to do well when you get it, then you got to go get it, man. I'm forever thankful and grateful for John Wildhat, man. He was just a lifesaver, a blessing to me and my family, and, you know, we're forever thankful and grateful to him. And I told him that today. You know, I said, I really appreciate you. Like, thank you for giving me this opportunity. It means so much, and I'm going to bust my butt not to let you down, you know, because he took a chance, and, you know, he's a good man. He comes from a good family, you know.
This one from Ryan in the stream chat. Coach, is it fair to say that you and other coaches are from a different mold of coaches, and he uses Coach Sanders, Coach Deion Sanders of Colorado in there as well? Do you seem to coach the players to be great men, not just great players?
Repeat that whole question again, because there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. And it's loud here, which is a great problem to have. A lot of people here
Yeah,
tonight.
it's not that. It was just the way it was asked.
It's fair to say that you and other coaches, like Coach Deion Sanders, are a different mold of coaches who seem to coach the players to be great men and not just great players.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's about, showing them how to be men, because the faster they become men, they'll start to do the right things on the football field anyway. You know, they won't make as many mistakes. You know, I always learn something. The biggest difference in man is knowing and doing. You know, all men know what to do. They just don't do it. You know, and Deion is actually one of my, you know, a mentor, guy that I talk to in the call with stuff. So I got the same mindset. I just wasn't as fast as Deion, but we come from the same walk of life, the same cloth, and understand that it's bigger than the game. It's the game of life that we're trying to teach him, and make sure you understand that, and just do the best. And I'm very thankful for Deion. I can't wait to watch him tonight. Excited for them to go get that win, man. I can't wait to watch them, man. It's a good deal. I'm just so thankful that he's in college football, because he's changing it, you know, going for NIL and the things that he's doing. He's setting the bar pretty high, and it's good that he's doing that.
I remember having a conversation with Adam Terry, the former SU and NFL lineman, and talking about NFL size. When I first met Adam, he was like the biggest guy. He was at 6'8" and 340. But he said when he was in college, talking about the difference between a younger guy and a man. When he remembers playing against BYU, and he said the guy across me was like 26 years old and was married and had a couple of kids, and because
different
of the
reasons.
whole different reasons,
Yeah,
but
different reasons.
of that. But he said the whole team was full of guys like that, and that made like all the difference in the world. Despite his size, he said these guys were just more seasoned and more mature.
It's just maturity at the time, and it depends on what his players were like on his team. But, you know, talent still always helps, but I think the why is different, you know, in that time. As our why always changes. I think their why probably was different. BYU does a good job when it comes to that, because, you know, guys go on missions for a while. Then they come back and finish up playing. So just the why, you know, they're a little bit older. They got some more mature guys sometimes, but at the end of the day.
Adam said that's where he earned the nickname Turnstile Terry.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Question here. Somebody wants to know, how hard is it to change the culture of an entire program?
It's extremely hard, because everyone, especially when you have guys that stay over because they weren't used to that. You know, when you got guys that were, I have people that work for me that have been in the program for 30 plus years, and they've done things a certain way. And then guys were all with Coach Babers, who done a good job, and they were here with him for 8 years. So now for them to come in and for me to have it a different way, and they'll say, well, that's not how we used to do it. I don't really care how you used to do it. This is how it goes. This is what we're doing. You just got to be very demanding, and it has to be like that on a daily basis. Like, we have a certain time that we meet, and we're going to meet that time every day. There's a certain way that you're supposed to answer and go about your business in your day and answer questions and do things, and you're going to do that consistently. And I have to, like, Dart isn't just a saying that's cool. It's what we do and how we live. So you have to be detailed, have to be accountable, because I'm going to hold you accountable. I expect you to hold me accountable. You need to be relentless after what it is you want, and we need to be able to consistently change. So you need to be relentless after new things and not just be able to do it the same way. And then you're going to have to be tough to coach with me, because I was brought up under some tough coaches, who coached me extremely hard to help me get in the position that I'm in now. And I expect to do that with those guys because I want to bring the best out of not just players but coaches also, because when the coaches continue to get better, the players continue to get better and they understand and know what they're doing.
Question from the chat, Coach. Have you beat your kids in the new NCAA game yet?
Nah, my youngest son, he actually better than me right now.
Is he?
My oldest, he'll play me and then he'll stop. I'm going to beat Braden soon because I've been watching him. But my youngest son is getting really good. He can play. Braden beat me. Franny didn't. But I don't know if Franny could beat Bray or not. I don't know how they usually play on teams. Like, they always playing on teams. And then I don't like playing them because they got these ultimate teams and all this other stuff. I just want to play. You pick a team, I'll pick a team, and then let's play.
It's like old, like electric football.
Yeah, they got too much other stuff, yeah.
This one here from, let's see, Orange Ohana. Let's see, I appreciate the fact that you wear your faith on your sleeve, Coach. How have you been able to express that to your players?
Oh, that's daily. It's the way we live. You know, I don't push you towards any religion, but I push you towards getting closer with the man above. You know, you got to believe in something higher than yourself, and just grind it, because life is hard, and they're all young men becoming men, and it's going to be tough at some point. And if you just try to rely on a person or someone else to help you, we all got a date where we have to leave this earth. So you have to be able to fall back on your faith, fall back on some of those scriptures or different things that you've read that talks about really the day of where you are. And then I think it helps the kids. And I always push them towards that. I push them to be great, to go after, just don't just be in the moment and think it's about you. You got to be in the moment and understand that it's bigger than me, and I'm in this moment because there's something bigger coming down the line. Like, our final destination is to get to heaven. That's what we all want.
That's the plan.
We all want to go to heaven. So are we working towards that on a daily basis? And I just talked to them about that, and that's important that you do that, because they'll have families soon, and I'm hoping that their families will come up with that same foundation and that they can go back and tell, well, this is what my coach did for me. This is why we're doing this that way.
I heard a little bit of the conversation driving in that you and Matt were having about guys from the legendary names from the program from back in the day of the Ernie Davis and the Floyd Little, and you mentioning that obviously if they're playing now, they'd be getting paid. It's a whole different thing. But also, coaches in that era didn't have social media to deal with the way you guys have to with the players. Do you handle that with the guys? Are there conversations, classes, people that help these guys manage it? Because they're teenagers, and social media can be a rough place out there.
Yeah, well, you take care of everything. You teach them everything. We got social media. It's a certain way that you're going to use it and handle it. You have to use this to help you. This is a platform to help you have bigger opportunities for bigger things in life. And then we have financial literacy. Like, every Wednesday, we're doing a financial literacy now, even during the season, from 1:45 to 2:10. Well, we get a 25-minute segment of just teaching you more about life. Teaching you more about financial and what it is, and taxes and things of that nature, and making sure they understand and know what a Rothman account is, and understand that mutual funds and things of that nature, and just being able to talk to the kids about that and let them know how much, if they save $7,000 right now and you continue to put that up, how many times that would allow you to make money later, and what's the least amount you should be making, what's the least amount of all you make, what you should put up to 15%. So, we're teaching them, and we're going through a lot with them, and we're telling them, why would you not take care of you later if you have the opportunity to? Just working on those things.
Great lessons.
Yeah.
Mike wants to know, Coach, do you think that the number 44 should be unretired?
I don't think that I even have I'm not worthy to talk about that number that way. I'm just thankful about the number, but who am I to bring up 44 or what should happen with it? That's something that all the honoraries and all those, they can talk about that, but I'm not even. If they brung it up, I shouldn't even be in the room. I'm not worthy to be in that room or to talk about that number or to do anything. I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity of being able to see who wore the number, and thankful about it. But I'm not. That's over me. That's over my head. I'm not at that level to even speak about that number.
That's obviously a great local Syracuse football tradition. Around the country in college football, Coach, what are some of the cool traditions at other schools for no other reason other than you think that's really cool at that school?
I think what's really cool is at Georgia, where they have the Savage Pats when there's a turnover. for the defensive side of the ball when they get a takeaway. They got the Savage badge. They throw that on. That's pretty cool. I don't really study everybody else. I don't really know much more. I think it's cool that Coach Prime was able to get his entire team those new cleats. They're really nice. Like, those are tight in the bag and all that. Like, he always decking those dudes out. So I think that's cool. But I don't really study everybody else. I don't have time really to pay attention. I know if you could, fans of different guys, I need everybody to think about something that we can do from a defensive side of the ball when we do get a turnover. For us to go in, I want the crowd involved, and I want them to be able to see us and understand as we run to the bench. We got to figure out what it is that we can do. I'm thinking about just copying Georgia and just get some pads, or just trying to figure out what would be a good deal for us to do.
The game obviously Saturday, start of a new era. Fans are excited.
Call me now. Let me know what we should do.
When you're watching Ohio on tape, Coach, what are you looking at when you see the Bobcats?
They're a well-coached football team. Their coach has done an amazing job. Like I always tell everybody, he's been coaching since 1989. So I was 7 years old, turning 7. This dude is coach with a legendary coach with Solis, but who also coached with Tom Osborne. So, the football they know and what he's doing, and he does an amazing job because the staff is very detailed at what they do. And you can see it's a well-coached team. Hunt, their running back, is good. Navarro, their quarterback, is good. Brawley on the defensive side, he can play football. They got a really good secondary, and they do some great things. They do a lot of twists and stunts. So, they make it tough for you to run the football, and they're going to establish the run because their offensive line coach is a really good offensive line coach. So they're going to establish the run, and they're going to try to not allow you to run the football.
Did you try the Taylor hamburger yet? Somebody wants to know.
No, not yet. I'm going to take it home and have it with my wife. But what I did, I got some garlic Parmesan wings, make them burn just a little bit more with a Shirley Temple.
Got a little perfect heat in there?
Yeah, it was perfect.
And somebody had mentioned that the Shirley Temple they thought might have caffeine in it. They said, I don't know enough about it.
Let me see, I'll tell you.
I don't know.
It probably does. I just don't drink coffee, but
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't have caffeine. Every once in a while I drink a soda, but Shirley Temple's my favorite drink. So if I go out to eat, because I don't drink, I've never had a drink in my life, but when I go out to eat, my wife will have some wine and I'll have a Shirley Temple. I try to trick people when I used to go out all the time, or we're out eating and everyone's drinking. I'll just get a cranberry and orange juice mix, and then it looks like a drink until I put ice in it. So now they think I'm drinking with them, but I'm not.
It is head coach Fran Brown. Will be here every Thursday night. Coach, thanks. It's a lot of fun, and I know the people here on QSportsTalk.com enjoy the opportunity to chat here. So enjoy the rest of the Wings. Go Orange. Come out with a win on the Saturday. We'll see you back here next Thursday night.
Go Orange. See you next week.
Head coach Fran Brown. See you next week at Heritage Hill.